Happy New Year everyone! It is nice to have a couple of weeks of rest after I would say a very tiring and boring 2020. So tell me, what did you do over Christmas? Did you treat yourself or receive any awesome presents? You've heard the news, the transfer between Olympus and the new mothership, OM Digital Solutions, has been completed. So today, I want to talk about Olympus in the new year. Right, you also know that I'm an ambassador, so while I can't talk about anything that I'm not supposed to talk about, well, actually, at present, I don't know anything more than you already know. But it doesn't stop me from talking about what I would like to see from Olympus in 2021. So, let's have some fun. Hi, my name is Cheng. I'm a professional photographer and filmmaker. If you're new here, this channel is about sharing my 16 years of commercial experience with an aim to help you become a better photographer, videographer, or both, together with tech and gadget reviews to help you get those shots and videos better and quicker. I also focus a lot on Micro Four Thirds and Olympus gear too. As said, I'm an Olympus ambassador. So smash that subscribe button and hit that bell to stay notified for all my upcoming contents. Right, 2020 has been quite a year for Olympus. While many mainstream reviewers have turned off their radar on the brand, we should expect some new products in 2021, based on some early information from the new mothership. Despite the turbulence from the sales of Olympus imaging department, it did pretty well in 2020. Many may have already forgotten that we did get a few presents from Olympus last year. First, we have the beast OMD EM1 Mark III. Then the traveler and beginner's favorite, the EM10 Mark IV, the fashionable EPL10S. Yes, you probably didn't even know that, right? And for lenses, well, we have the dinky but cool 12-45 f4 Pro, the awesome 100-400 f4 to 6.3 IS, and the beast of beast, the 150-400 f4.5 IS Pro, which, by the way, still my dream lens that I would sell my kidney for one. Not forgetting that the latest firmware that literally turned both EM1 Mark III and the EM1X into high-quality video cameras overnight. "2021 is going to be big for Olympus as a brand. First, you may wonder why I keep saying brand rather than company. Because Olympus, as you know it in the photographic industry, is no longer a company. It's a brand that's owned by OM Digital Solutions Corp, a new company formed between the old Olympus imaging team and JIP. Do you remember all those fuss and noise made last summer? OM Digital now inherits the original Olympus R&D department and manufacturing facilities in Vietnam. The signed definitive agreement also means that OM Digital has to continue everything as planned, at least in the short term. This means all product development, R&D, and releases. While I don't exactly know what's going to happen in 2021, it is safe to hope for some exciting new Olympus branded products. That should include lenses and cameras. Remember the new roadmap? There is still a list of unannounced lenses in the premium professional sector. And that is what excites me the most. Especially the rumored f4 ultra-wide zoom that's supposed to be a great lightweight and rugged options for those who work in the field often. Pretty much like its 12-45 f4 cousin. It's also a lens that's been wished by many Olympus users, who pretty much share my enthusiasm for a much needed lighter, smaller with pro-level performance ultra-wide zoom. While the 7-14 f2.8 Pro is a great lens, it's quite a heavy beast for a lightweight Olympus body. Another area I would love to see is the bright prime lenses. We already have the absolutely stunning 1.2 Pro Trinity, the 17, 25 and 45mm 1.2 Pro. So it will be interesting to see exactly what focal length is in the work. Personally, I would love to see a Pro version of the 12mm, or even a new 10mm lens that features an ultra bright aperture size for documentary and filming work, but also for high-level astrophotography too. What about a longer bright prime for dedicated portraits, such as 60 or 75mm at 1.4 or even 1.2? Cool, I'm starting to drool. What about telezoom section? Well, according to the roadmap, there should be a Pro f4 version of the popular 40 to 150mm range telezoom in the pipeline. It is interesting to see there are two overlapping slots too, one with the brighter 2.8 aperture and the other at slightly slower f4 aperture. My interpretation from the roadmap points to a 50-200 f2.8 and a 50-250 f4. But before you get too excited, this is only my speculation at this point. Remember, there are no more premium lenses. Olympus simplified it when the last roadmap was announced. Instead of having 3 groups of lenses, there are now only 2, just M.Zuiko and M.Zuiko Pro. According to the roadmap, M.Zuiko is a grey area. Quite literally, the only addition was the ultra popular 100-400 f4 to 5.6 IS, which was launched last summer. I know you've been sending me regular messages hoping Olympus to update the 1.8 prime lenses with weather seals. Well, it's not up to me of course, but here's my take on the current direction based on what I can see. Presently, the M.Zuiko and Pro lenses have a clear line marked between them, both in terms of build and image quality. While the M.Zuiko lenses are great, the Pro lenses always outperform the cheaper cousin. But as the name suggests, they are aiming for those who need every ounce of performance from the gear for desired results. If a weather seal version of the 1.8 or a brand new f2 line of lenses are to be introduced, they may be listed in the Pro section. That could be what we see in the roadmap under bright prime lenses. So as we see it, the M.Zuiko line may not get any more update in 2021. The 100-400 f4 to 6.3 IS may be the last M.Zuiko lens we are going to see in a while. This also coincides to some comments made by earlier interview with Olympus in 2020, as reported by 4/3 Rumor and DP Review, that Olympus will focus on Pro gear over the next few years. So everything I mentioned earlier seems to make sense after all. But never say never, and that's only my 2 cents. The latest firmware for both EM1 Mark III and EM1X made ProRes RAW video recording a reality via professional video recorder Atomos Ninja 5. This is huge for those who want the best quality and unlimited recording from an Olympus camera. Again, Olympus has never been known in the video world, but that's about to change when many new content creators start to appreciate the quality and performance from Olympus cameras. 2020 sees a push in the video making sector from all manufacturers, at all levels. Olympus was very much involved, and well, I was involved in it too. I made their EM5 Mark III vlogger kits available, and Olympus even used my face on the box. What we should expect to see is that Olympus will continue to push on the video side, and this should excite a younger group of hybrid creatives who take both stills and videos. This should not be ignored, since out of the whole creative industry, video segment is the fastest growing, as motion pictures has finally replaced many traditional still content mediums, all thanks to the constant requirement of dynamic visual stimulants. If Olympus wants to remain relevant in the future and to survive the wave of customers returning to the ever-improving smartphones, Olympus needs to make the video side work. It doesn't need to be a cine camera or ever will become one, but at least a good alternative for those who want a more flexible and capable machines that are good at both. Or for those independent indie filmmakers who wants to explore the Olympus crazy IBIS and image quality for some cool handheld motion works. You can't deny either, as much as a photographer yourself, you are watching this very video. And I too, as a professional photographer for over 16 years, making videos for the world to see. This is inevitable, and it is where the direction is heading. I've been studying this roadmap together with all the news, announcements, words from the internet to make this video. Nothing that I mentioned about 2021 or the future of Olympus is official. It's purely a personal projection. I may be an ambassador, but I'm also a passionate professional who uses Olympus equipment. 2020 has been a year that many want to forget, myself included for many reasons. But despite all that, Olympus have put on a brave face. Like my lovely fellow visionaries, ambassadors, and Olympus teams from the UK, US, Europe, and Asia, all who took pride with the company they work for, did their best through the pandemic year, managed to inspire fellow camera brands about personal touches, create direct communication to customers by introduction of live online sessions, tips and tricks, demonstrations, product information, united photographers from around the globe, even those who were not Olympus users. Bravo, and a salute to all those who worked very hard at the Olympus camp last year. Ultimately, there was one message that we all heard and remember since the sales to JIP: business as usual. Of course, no one can predict the future, but as long as my Olympus gear continue to work, I am an Olympus photographer. And as long as OM Digital Solutions still wants me, I will continue to be their brand ambassador. For the Olympus community, I'm safe to announce on your behalf that we all wish OM Digital Solutions the best in 2021. Please continue to innovate with new cameras and lenses. Finally, a message from me. 2021 will see a lot of new contents from me. As my collaboration list has grown significantly in the past couple of months, you will start to see more variety of product reviews, bags, third-party lenses, photography and video gadgets, together with more vlogs and photography 101 and live sessions to inspire your creative minds. Let me know your thoughts about Olympus in 2021 and what you would like to see from them. And that's it, folks. You know what to do now. Thumb if you liked it and sub if you want to support this channel and me. Happy New Year and hope you enjoyed this video, and Godspeed. Peace!